less than 13.7. And it starts off, write in point-slope form an equation of the line that passes through the given point that has the given slope. So here's the slope, m is the slope, and here's the point. So if we're writing it in point-slope form, remember that that will be y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So we're just going to put these pieces of information in. Y stays y, minus y1 is that first, or the only y point coordinate that we have, 6. The slope, m equals -3, we put that in for the slope. X is just x, minus -4. We will simplify that to y minus 6 equals -3, and then minus a negative is x plus 4. We leave it like that so that it is in point-slope form. Number 2 is much like it. We have 3 different forms now. I like to start by writing the form that I'm looking for on the top. Plugging in the information. y1 this time is -1. Our slope is -4/3. And our x is 3. And this time we can simplify on this side. Y plus 1 equals -4/3 x minus 3. These are in point-slope form. Write in slope-intercept form an equation of the line that passes through these given points. So we've got to do a couple of things here, but we want them in slope-intercept form. Remember, that's y equals mx plus b. Well, we don't have much information that we need for this, but we can find it. The first thing we're going to do is find the slope. Remember, the slope is change in y over the change in x. So the y, 0 minus 3 for the top, -3 minus -2 on the bottom. Zero minus 3 is -3. This is really -3 plus 2, which would be -1, and that simplifies to just 3. Yay, I know the slope. Now I can use that slope and one of these points, put it in point-slope form. So remember, point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. My slope is 3. And I can use either one of these points. I just use the first one, so I remember which one I'm using. Minus y1. y1 is the 0. And then x1 is this -3. So y minus 0 is just y. This minus a negative is a big plus. And I can distribute this. 3x plus 9. Well, that worked out. Since that y1 was 0, I'm left with y all by itself over here. So I'm actually in slope-intercept form. That was actually number 3. Oopsie. Number 4. Same kind of thing. I'm going to find the slope first. Change in y over change in x. So in this time it's 10 minus -10, -6 minus 6. 10 minus negative 10 is 10 plus 10, which is 20. Negative 6 minus 6, same sign, add and keep, negative 12, which simplifies to negative 5/3. Well, now I can put this in point slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And I'll use this first one again, minus 10, negative 5/3, x minus negative 6. That's actually a big plus. Y minus 10 equals negative 5/3 times x is just negative 5/3 x. Negative 5/3 times 6. Negative 5/3 times 6 is 6/1. I'll simplify before I multiply. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. 1 times 1 is 1. So negative 10 minus 10. I have to add 10 to both sides to get y by itself. And I'm left with y equals negative 5/3 x. And then minus 10 plus 10 is just 0. I can leave it off of there. So this is in slope-intercept form, where the intercept is 0, so it's not shown, but it is solved for y. So this is slope-intercept form. Well, the last problem. The total cost for bowling includes the fee for shoe rental plus a fee for per game. The cost of each game increases the price by $4. After 3 games, the total cost with shoe rental is $14. Write an equation that represents the total cost, y, to rent shoes and bowl x games. Well, the cost of each game increases the price by $4. So for number 5, that's our slope, $4 per 1 game. So m equals 4 per 1. And this is actually a point they have given us. After 3 games, games are x, the total cost is $14. That's our y. So we have a point, 3, 14. Well, now we have a point and a slope. So we can put this in point slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Our y1 is 14. Our slope is 4. X minus 3. And now I do want to solve and put this in slope-intercept form. So we'll first distribute this 4. Y minus 14 equals 4x minus 12. Add 14 to both sides. Y equals 4x plus 2. So that's in slope-intercept form. Our slope is 4, or 4/1, which was $4 per 1 game. But what's this 2? Well, that's how much we would pay for 0 games. Well, then what are we paying for? Well, our shoe rental, of course. So when it says how much is shoe rental? $2. $2 equals the shoe rental. How is this represented in the equation? It's our y-intercept. Well, I hope this helped you. If you have any questions, please ask in class, come to tutoring, or come to my seminar. But I hope you have a wonderful evening.